All right. So, on behalf of the Independence Chamber of Commerce and the City of Independence, welcome to First Friday. We're glad that you're here. This is legitimately the first Friday on the 1st. However, I cannot believe that it is December already. And today, you're just going to have to readjust your seats. Eddie, I can't see you. So we have a lot of extra activity going on up front. So if you can't see, just adjust your seats. In a few minutes, you're going to really want to have a good seat of the 4 tables that are up front. Before we get started, we always like to thank our business sponsor. And this morning's business sponsor is Gary and Dr. Ann Hogsett, co-owners of Apricot Lane. As our business sponsor, absolutely. As our business sponsor, they paid for breakfast from Annie Mae's that you're all enjoying. And speaking of breakfast, you're always welcome to hop up and get more muffins and fruit and hot coffee during this presentation. So at this time, I want to welcome our former mayor, our current city commissioner, one of the best doctors in the county, co-owners of one of my new favorite places to shop, 2 people who have made a significant investment in our community. At this time, would you please welcome Ann and Gary Hogsett of Apricot Lane. So you could actually just use the mic if you want to.
It's on. Good morning. Can you hear me okay in the back? We'll make this really fast. So Gary and I would just like to thank everybody that helped us make our shop the lovely place that it is. Just really quickly, that would include Independence Action Partners, Montgomery County Action Council, Julie Volker at Community National Bank, Lori Kelly at Equity Bank. John Heckman did an amazing job. Loved the design. Rob Eisenhart and his crew. Mike Moore. Oh my gosh, the list goes on and on. Matt Bateson, Leeds Heating and Cooling, Charles Lapardis, you guys, amazing, amazing. This town has really put that store together. And of course, I have to thank each one of you that's gone in to purchase even one little thing. So I don't know if you realize that store, that shop, is a really big experiment for Apricot Lane Corporate. The next smallest town that has an Apricot Lane has 63,000 people. And truly, they did not think we would actually make any money. And we don't know yet if we will. We're only not yet to month 2. But it's kind of interesting that other national chains and franchises are watching us, which makes us a little nervous, but it could open up a whole new avenue for small towns all over the country, which is pretty exciting. So the great news is, for the first 7 weeks, we're doing great. Yeah. Woo! In fact, I got an email from the founder of Apricot Lane. His name is Ken Peterson. Now, he's just decided to retire, but he sent me this email. I have to read you a little quote. He says, "I have decided that I love small-town America. Independence is not a sleepy little town with a dusty, dwindling downtown. Independence is an active, bustling town, and it has a vibrant, fashion-crazed downtown," right? I thought that was fabulous. Anyway, we really appreciate our employees who came to show up so early. Stevie Cook, my close friend, and our manager. Stevie, would you please, they're each wearing something from the store. You guys did, just briefly. Gabby Roberts, everything from the store. Lindsay Shaw, Maddie Rutledge, love that new jacket, guys, so cute. Okay, and Kylie Wilhelm. You guys, thank you so much for coming. So, a lot of you that have come in, you might have noticed that right at the first, traditionally, Apricot Lane caters to a very young crowd. So there were a lot of spaghetti straps and very short skirts that they call dresses that we wear as tunics, or really just shirts. And so they kept sending me this stuff, and we were all thinking, oh, my. But with a lot of pushing and negotiation, I'm really happy to announce, actually thrilled, that we are going to be carrying plus sizes now. and we already have some in, and a much wider range of styles that I think will appeal to more than just very young girls, all of us. So anyway, we're very excited about that. So all I'm asking is that you continue to come downtown, have a cup of coffee or cider or hot chocolate, and look around our store and see if you find something. And if you don't find what you want, remember, we order about 3 times a week. We never get more than 3 of any item. So 6. Oh, I said 3. 6. Sorry, 6. You're 6. So, we often run out. Somebody will say, oh, I saw this last week. Maybe it's gone. So, yeah, that makes the ordering kind of crazy for Stevie and I, but it does make it fun. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Girls, before you leave, I want you to stand up, come up here, and line up right up here. Come on. Yes, stand right up here so the camera can all get you and all of your great Apricot Lane fashions. See, there's something for everybody. Great looking group. Thank you. And they're all off to either work or to school, so. Thank you very much. And I just want to, encourage you to go shop at Apricot Lane because truly they've got beautiful clothing in there. They've got great jewelry. I have on earrings. My top is from there. And one day when April was doing one of her shop local presentations at our sorority, they were modeling some of the clothing, and I went in the next day because I found something that I wanted and purchased it. And it was funny. I was at the office, and here comes Robin Kuziak out of the board meeting, out of our boardroom. She'd been at a meeting. I said, cute outfit, because she had on one of the same thing that I had. And she said, I saw you had that on the other day. And it's fun to see people sporting their fashion. So we're excited about having another great opportunity in our community to shop local. That's kind of the theme, as you can tell, for today. So moving right along, as we always do, we kind of talk about what's going on in the community. So it's time to flip over the amazing flyer in front of you and get out your reading glasses for the microscopic print that is on the back. So that we can capture all that's happening in December and January. I don't know if I said this last month, but a few months ago we did not put the calendar out at recycling, and we had some other information that we were putting out about the community cleanup. And I had more men and women coming into the chamber office that week following, going, I didn't get my calendar. So it's always nice to know that everyone finds these very usable. However, obviously not everyone in the community is here today, so that calendar can be printed off of our website. You can see it on our Facebook page. We'll flash it out. The reporter puts it in the newspaper. We have radio announcements. The community calendar is put on the radio on 3 stations 4 times a day with lots of events that are happening in Independence. So if there's something on the calendar that's missing, needs to be corrected, let me know and we will get that done. So I want to hit the highlights. I was looking at it last night in preparation for today, and there's 2 key numbers, 22 and 34. And those numbers really validated how I was feeling. 22 is the number of events that are happening between now and the 5th of December. And 34 are the number of events that are happening between now and the 10th of December. That's why we're all tired and worn out, because there are so many fun things happening in our community that we want to go to and we don't want to miss out on. And the majority of those things are free. If they are not free, they are very low cost. So that is truly a gift in itself, that we have so many things to do in our community that are fun that we don't want to miss out on. So let's hit the highlights. 5 arts and crafts festivals going on this weekend, so don't miss out on those. There's a holiday festival at the library. Don't miss out on that. There are orchestra programs, band programs, choir concerts, both at the school system and the college level, that you do not want to miss out. Mark your calendars for those. There are community food drives going on for those in need. There are toy food drives. There are canned food drives. So participate in those during this holiday and giving season. Recycling is tomorrow from 8 to noon. There are events at the library that I mentioned. One will be tonight and many others during the course of the month, so check those out. And there are events and programming, one of which is going to be this weekend at Eclectics Art Gallery. They have a tremendous amount of fun programming going on there, and you don't want to miss that. In fact, there's a photography class that just pops up here, I think, tomorrow at Eclectics. There's college basketball. There's high school basketball. In particular, college basketball. I want to make sure that you know that on the 2nd, which is Saturday, at 4 o'clock, the women will be playing and then the men will play. So that's early, usually at 6 and 8. So mark your calendar for that. But come out and watch the women play. They have only lost one game, and I think they've played 7 or 8 games, and it was a non-conference game. They're really good. They're fun to watch. So get out and check out the women Pirates. Or Lady Pirates, rather. Christmas in the Park, another free event, is this weekend. Don't miss that. And Christmas home tours this weekend. What's cool about that is not only do you get an opportunity to tour some beautifully decorated homes in our community, but the ticket sales and proceeds for that go back to Beta Rho Sorority, which they put that money back into our community, helping different organizations that need their support. So that's kind of dual purpose with the Beta Rho Sorority. So get your home tour tickets. We have those at the Chamber. Get out and cheer on the Pirates in Miami, Oklahoma, as they participate in the bowl game. That's this weekend. And we have Celebrate Independence next week. That's a chamber event that's open to the public. It's Thursday. You need to have your reservations in by Monday. And we will be celebrating industry. We will have our MC is Tricia Purdon from the Montgomery County Action Council. It's being sponsored by SecTam and Chris Moore of Independence, who is one of our owners of a smaller industry, and we are showcasing 3 major industries. Textron will be there to give us an update. SMP will be there to give us an update, and they are in full swing right now. And Hackney will be there as well. So 3 great industries that have a lot of good information to share with us. So be sure and get your reservations in for that. Cookies with Santa at First Oak Bank will be happening. Main Street has some events that are coming up on the 3 Thursdays in December. There's Kids Night, there's Sip and Shop, and there's a Moonlight Madness, so mark your calendars for those. There's theater that's happening out at the college, so mark your calendar for that opportunity. The Cancer Support Group, you're going to be hearing from them. We'll be having their next gathering on December the 12th. There's a book signing for Rudy Taylor on the 15th. And then we'll wrap up the month with the New Year's Eve Gala at the Booth Hotel. And once again, not only is that just a fun event for all of us to participate in, but the proceeds for that also go to support the Community Chest, which then supports over 25 different organizations in our community that need our support. So sign up for the gala and get out and participate in that. It is time to move on to our speakers. We have lots of great speakers this morning, lots of great information. Our annual Shop Local presentation is what we're going to wrap up with. But last month you heard from our Executive Director of Montgomery County Action Council. She talked all about the possibility of the Tyson project coming to Independence, coming to the county, in particular Coffeyville. She gave a very thorough presentation. If you missed that, it's on YouTube and you can catch that. But I invited her back today to just give us a quick update on where things stand right now with the Tyson project. So would you please welcome Tricia Purdon.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me again. I'm sure by this point everyone feels like they're well-versed in everything Tyson, right? So I guess the big news, obviously, that's been in the media lately is that Tyson went forward with plant number 1 out of 2 plants that they're planning on building in Humboldt, Tennessee. Humboldt, Tennessee is very similar in size and geographic location in the state of Tennessee as Coffeyville, Independence area is to Tulsa, Joplin, Wichita. So very similar setup as our community. So that was definitely encouraging to see that that's the same thing that they're looking at for their second plant. Kansas Department of Agriculture and Kansas Department of Commerce were a part of that process since the very beginning. So they were very well aware that there was going to be two plants being built. In fact, if you go to the Wall Street Journal, Tyson gave a great interview about how fast their company is growing, not just in poultry, but in beef and pork. And they have such a high demand, and chicken demand in not just the United States, but around the world is so high right now that they need to grow at exponential rates in order to keep up with demand. So I'm very optimistic that we will be getting some sort of announcement from Tyson in early 2018 about where they want to go in the state of Kansas. Everything I have been informed from Tyson and the state of Kansas is that we still very much are in the running. In fact, the conversation that they let me know that they were getting ready to make that announcement about Tennessee, in the same conversation, we booked our final presentation to them. So when we would actually tell them what we want to provide them in land, what the utilities will look like, all the information they need to know whether or not we will be their site. So I'm very optimistic about this. I'm afraid there was a lot of misinformation out there that said the project's on hold, and it has been. Since Tonganoxie went south, unfortunately, they need to put everything on hold to figure out which site they want to go on. You talk with any industry, and if something like that happens, everything's going to go on hold until they can start over and look at everything. And we have started over, and we've been in conversations with them since this summer. So I'm very excited about that prospect. More and more research is being done every single day on water supply, our rural water districts, natural gas supply, our transportation network. We are researching fast and furious, and we have a team of professionals and experts in our area, but also with Kansas Farm Bureau, K-State Wildcat Extension District, this Kansas State University, they are also working on this. Kansas Department of Agriculture, Commerce, Transportation, KDHE, the EPA. I talked with the EPA last week about some of our concerns about watershed. So we have a lot of people working on this to make sure that this plant will be safe. It will be state-of-the-art. It will be environmentally friendly. It will produce chicken, fresh chicken. There will be no cooking or rendering. They have reassured us, even with the Humboldt plant in Tennessee, that doesn't change what this plant will look like at all. It will still be the fresh pack chicken processing facility. All the rendering will be shipped out and done elsewhere. So that was very good news for us. And we've done a lot of research on our end to make sure they truly are a good fit. Everything we found says they are a great fit. This industry is rapidly growing, like I've said before, and if we don't embrace industry that is growing, we're running the risk of falling behind everywhere else in the world that might capture this market. So one of the things I wanted to specifically talk about was one of the tasks I set for myself is to make sure that if we have 75 to 150 producers that are going to raise these chickens, we want to make sure that they can do it in the most cost-effective way so that they can pay off any debt that they might have to incur to build these barns, which they will have to build those barns. Tyson will provide the feed and the chickens and everything else that goes along with raising them, but they will physically have to build the facility that the chickens will live in. So in order to do that, we need to look at the map of where our rural water districts are, overlay that with where our natural gas service lines are across our region, and then help these producers pinpoint the best location to put these barns so that they're not incurring additional costs with infrastructure as well as these barns. So we're trying to do our best to support our current local employers, our farmers, our producers in our region first, and that's a priority for us. Because with any new industry, we want to make sure that the people who are already here and support our community can thrive in our community. And they can call their kids that are maybe going to K-State or OSU and say, hey, I have 57 acres here on the edge of our tract. We can put 7 barns here, and you can make over $100,000 a year in the next few years. come home to Montgomery County. And we have the land and we have an opportunity for you that we maybe wouldn't have had a year ago. So that is our priority. If we're going to get Tyson and the amazing things that come along with Tyson, we need to make sure our entire region reaps the benefits of this. So the other piece of it that we're looking at, obviously, is water. Kansas Water Office is doing a detailed analysis on water supply, what it looks like in drought conditions, if that should ever happen, what the depths of the verdigris look like. Everything that we need to know about water and our facility and our site, Kansas Water Office is helping us do that right now. So we should have that information soon of what exactly that will look like. It takes a long time to do that analysis, and obviously we've only had since August, I think, is when we found out that maybe it wasn't going to work in Tonganoxie, and September is when they finally announced, was the first week of September. So we haven't had a lot of time to do the kind of analysis that usually takes 1 or 2 years for the Kansas Water Office to do. So we have some experts that have been pulled in and are helping us get that done. Transportation network. We had someone that we've brought in an expert that all they do is work with our producers that build the barns. He finances those barns, but he also works with not just Tyson, but Purdue, Pilgrim's Pride, several other major poultry operations. And he's come and driven our county roads to see, okay, what's your status of your transportation network? And so that we can plan accordingly. So as we bring in revenue that we might see with a large industry coming in and all the new chicken barns being built and our appraised value going up, how do we plan to support the infrastructure that will be heavily used in our region with this kind of a size of a building? So we want to make sure that we plan for that accordingly. We're working with the county and the cities around the entire region to do that process. So we're really trying to think 5, 10, 20 years down the line of what this will look like, not just let's bring them to town. I think the last piece I really want to touch on before I pass it on to the amazing speakers that we have today is that we are having a producers meeting. So December 14th at 3 p.m. at the Spencer Rounds Theater at CCC, we have an expert that will talk to producers, chicken farmers, what it actually looks like, what your day-to-day operations will look like, how much they think that this will cost to build, and what we think you can make, what are you going to bring home at the end of the day? So he'll have answers to those questions. He'll be able to tell you, here's what we know. He knows exactly what barns Tyson wants built, and he works with all those contractors. So he knows the dollars and cents of this. So he'll be talking to our group. We also have a panel of producers that currently raise chickens with Tyson or have in the past. So they can talk about what that contract looks like, the terms of the contract, what happens if you violate that contract, what happens if you do very well and you raise giant chickens. So they'll have that information so that our farmers are very well informed of whether or not they want to jump into this. So again, that's our priority. We want to make sure that our producers are protected and very supported in this process. Anyone who has any questions, please call my office. My phone number is 620-331-3830. My email is tpurdon, Purdon, @actioncouncil.com. Shoot me an email. I'm responding to them as fast as I can. There's been several that have very detailed scientific level questions, and so I'm reaching out to experts to help me get those answers. So if I don't respond immediately, it's probably because I have to do some research to get your answers. But we're working really hard to get those as fast as we can. Like I said, normally you have a couple years to do detailed environmental analysis, and we've got 4 months to do it. So thank you again, and I'm excited to hear from everyone else.
Thank you. Why don't you go ahead and put yourself back on the calendar for January, and we look forward to another update in 2018. So it's time for our next set of speakers. You'll see them listed on your program. I'm excited. I looked back at the schedule for 2016, and Valerie Davis came to speak to us in November of last year, all about the newly organized Southeast Kansas Cancer Support Group. And the Chamber has worked with many of you in the room to organize all of their monthly sponsors so that they have refreshments at their gatherings and some fun door prizes. And it's been our pleasure to help our community kind of wrap their arms around this very important group of people as they fight the fight. So at this time, I would like to welcome the one that we know who takes care of everybody who is fighting this dreaded disease of cancer, Valerie Davis, and she has brought with her today Cindy Lopez, who is currently fighting the fight, and we wish you restored health, and we look forward to hearing from both of you, so would you please welcome Valerie Davis.
Thank you, Lisa. And a huge thank you to Lisa because she's really made this very easy. When I came a year ago and decided that we were going to start this group, we had several people in the community and patients that said we need somewhere to go and talk about what we're going through. And so I was like, okay, we put it together, and I thought this is going to be kind of hard to try to get it going monthly, and it's been very easy thanks to Lisa, honestly, and everybody else. We've been going strong for 1 year now, 1 year and a month, and we have served anywhere from 20 to 30 people each time, which has been really good. We've grown, we kind of grow, and then sometimes events will keep some people away, but for the most part, we have a pretty good group. We've had a lot of speakers and programs. We've had Dr. Kelly come and speak, and Dr. Knoll. We've had Ron Denny come and speak about the 5 stages of grief. We've also had the Christmas bells come. We had a country music singer come, which was fun. And we just have a good time, honestly. We've had a lot of laughs, and we've had a lot of tears. And I am not the best one to talk about what we get from it. I feel like you should hear from a patient that actually has gone through it. And so I'm introducing and passing the buck to Cindy Lopez.
Like that. Okay. All right. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about my experience with the Cancer Support Group. I don't know what I would do if it wasn't there. It is amazing. I have stage 3 breast cancer, and in 2000 I had stage 0 breast cancer, and at that time I had a lumpectomy and I received radiation, but I didn't need chemotherapy. I felt so lucky, you know. And then once I was diagnosed with it this time, my neighbor talked to me and said, "Oh, I know someone who goes to the Cancer Support Group, and she would love to take you there." And so I connected with this individual, and I went to my first cancer support meeting before I even started my treatments of chemotherapy. And I'm so glad that I did that. I met many of the nurses that work at the Cancer Center who are just, I can't even explain how wonderful they are. I depend on them tremendously. And so at that one was the one where Dr. Kelly talked to us, and he talked to us about side effects from chemo and what they can do to you. It was so informative because I feel like for anyone, I don't care what kind of illness you have that you're battling, that knowledge is power. And so I was so thankful to learn all this information, and I learned about products I could use and how they would help prevent me from experiencing some of those side effects. And so I was very thankful that I was able to begin going to these cancer support meetings. I have my first treatment for chemotherapy on August 29th, and if everything goes according to schedule, I should really receive my last treatment on January 19th. So I'm looking forward to celebrating then, yes. So as far as the Cancer Support Group, it's like any support group. It provides emotional support, not just for the person who's going through the cancer, but also the caregiver, their family, their friends. I mean, people can come there with us, and I just feel like it's like an instant family. You get the connection because you see the same people every week when you go in for your treatment, and then you get to see them when you go to the support meetings. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful service, and I'm so thankful that we have this. We come together to share our experiences, our feelings, and our worries. And like Val said, we laugh a lot, we cry a lot, but we're there to help each other. And I'm going to continue going to those support meetings even after my treatment is finished, because sometimes when it's done, it's like you're so focused on, beating this and getting on with the rest of your life, because, it's like everything else. I'm trying to live one day at a time. I've decided how I'm going to live my life, and I'm getting all that help. I couldn't do it without all the help that I get from everyone. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I don't even know what to say, but anyway, we wish you all the best, Cindy, in all of your treatment. And in January, you're going to get great news. We're going to kick off 2018 with a healthy body. And for those of you who are interested in supporting the Cancer Support Group and being a part of the monthly sponsor list, please reach out to me and let me know, and we'll get you all plugged in and a part of that support team. And if you know of people who would benefit from that support group, watch our flashes. We send that out, and it is on your calendar, the location and the date. And if you have any questions, I'm sure you can visit with Val after it's all over. So we are very thankful for Valerie Davis, too, and all that she does for the people of our community. So it is time to wrap up. I lost my train of thought. Wrap up First Friday with our annual Shop Local. We did this last year for the first time, and it was such a hit. And we received lots of great comments after the event was over from all of our retailers who participated in it, and all of us who went out and shopped local to help make a difference in our community. So that's what we're doing right now. We are showcasing 25 retailers in today's Shop Local presentation. And we are not including our national brands. So to think that we have 25 amazing retailers to be able to shop at to get all of these items up here, and that doesn't even include our anchor store in downtown Independence, Sears, with their national brand. Out west, you have Goodies, you have Hibbett Sports, Cato, and Derailed Commodity. So we have a lot to be thankful for as far as opportunities to shop local in Independence. You're going to see a huge showcase happen right up front. The ladies are going to be mic'd, and they're going to be up front going through everything so that you can see those. We even have some centerpieces on the front 4 tables that you can look at as well. And if you're interested in buying any of the merchandise, we can't sell it here today, but afterwards we have these very vibrant pink cards that we'll put your name on, and we'll stick those in the bags when we return all the items, just with your name, so that when you walk in, when they take their merchandise back, they'll see your name and go, oh, Stevie was interested in that. And then when you walk in, you can say, I'm Stevie, I was looking at something at First Friday, and then they can kind of help you match up and make that purchase. So with that, I would like to introduce our next 2 speakers. They both come to us because they are involved in retail. One of our speakers today is going to be Libby Boldra, who is the owner of Libby's Boutique in the Annie Mae's Mall area. And the other speaker is someone that you might not know that is a retailer. She is actually the co-owner of Little House Lane, whose items are showcased inside Annie's Gifts and Goodies. At this time, would you please welcome that co-owner, April Nutt and Libby Boldra.
Okay, before Libby and I get to chat and show you all these incredible things here out front, I want to do a little interactive game. I like games. All right. I'm going to list 7 communities. And out of those 7 communities, I want you to think about, where does Independence fall when we collect 1 cent sales tax in comparison to these 7 communities? Now listen, the 7 communities are Winfield, Ark City, Parsons, Independence, Chanute, Coffeyville, Iola. Okay, we kind of play them in sports. So these are the communities. Where does Independence fall collecting 1 cent sales tax? I want you to raise your hand, okay? You're being graded. We'll see if you're right or wrong. If you think we're number 1 or 2, raise your hand. If you think we're number 5 or 6, raise your hand. If you think we're in the middle, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I didn't count right. All right. Those of you who raised your hand that said we're in the top 2, you're the winners. I know, it's a little bit misconception, but Chanute is the winner. You know by how much? And this is by, let me qualify, this isn't April inventing numbers. This is from the Kansas Department of Revenue, their monthly county, city sales tax distribution report from January 2017 to November 2017. Chanute has collected $1,579,000. Independence has collected $1,559,000. $20,000 difference. So guys, I'm taking credit because last year I stood up here and told you to shop local and you listened. You're awesome. But honestly, I do think that there's a mindset, and you guys are thinking about it. Between the Chamber's efforts and Main Street's efforts, it's been amazing. So, I want you guys to continue that, and that's what we're going to entice you with today. Now, a little bit, where do you think we fall out in the population? Those of you who think we're in the top 2, raise your hand. Those of you who think we're in the lower bottom, raise your hand. Those who think we're in the middle, raise your hand. We're second from the bottom in population. So you are supporting. But as Independence is, we have a cup that's more than half full, but we can do better. And that's what Libby and I are going to entice you with today. All right. I'm getting on my soapbox for a minute. All right? So excuse me. But I want you to think. First, those of you who are in the room that are a retailer, a small service provider here in town, or you're an employee of one of those, stand up, please. Okay, guys. These are when you make your choices, who you're supporting. All right, you can sit back down. Thank you. Yes, give them a round of applause. So, when we shop local and Independence and we spend our money, we are supporting family-owned businesses that chose to take a gamble on each one of us. They gambled big time on us, supporting them. These owners give back to the community they live in by supporting numerous charitable organizations and causes. They employ our friends and our family. Through their ownership of their brick and mortar stores, they pay property taxes, and through the sale of their goods and services, they pay sales tax. Through the collection of these taxes, they insist in supporting our park system, our aquatic facilities, our emergency services, our streets, our educational institutions, and many other services and amenities. So, this is April's challenge. I challenge all of you here today and my friends and family behind the camera over there or on the other side, because we have lots of people who watch First Friday on YouTube, to each day make a choice to support these incredible businesses and these amazing people who made that investment in Independence because they believed in you. So let's not let them down. Go shop local first. I know you can't always find everything, but I do challenge you on that thought process. But do think, shop local first before you go visit our friendly neighbors on down the road somewhere. Think outside the box on your gift giving. Besides, what a great social event it'll be with all of us dining, shopping, and playing downtown on West Main and here local. So, I know when I go, my husband laughs. He's like, yeah, you said you're going to be gone an hour? It's 3 hours later? Well, stop, chat, visit. I enjoy visiting with people, seeing what's going on. So it's a great social scene. All right. With me getting off my soapbox now, Libby and I are going to come in and showcase what all these incredible retailers allowed us to come in and steal for the day. I don't know if they took inventory. I'm hoping some of them did not. But anyway, Miss Libby, you want to come join me? Testing. Testing. Libby, you want to do a check?
Yes, testing.
Are we good?
You hear me?
Yeah. All right, Miss Libby, start us off.
Okay, I just wanted to, first of all, thank Lisa and April for asking me to represent Independence. My goodness. I came in about 7 o'clock this morning so I could kind of make sure I knew what I was doing here, and I got about 1/4 of the way down because I just got lost in all the cool stuff that's up here. So, and also on behalf of all the retailers here, I can tell you that we truly, from the top of our head to the tip of our toes, we thank you. We appreciate you for shopping local. It's a hard job. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I quit teaching, but, when you're passionate about what you do, you never clock out. I'm always thinking, and I know they are too. It's just a lot of work. So we really, really do appreciate you guys shopping local. So we're going to show you some of the things that we have up here.
All right. You can go ahead and get started down there with Sayers.
Okay, so here, this is, okay.
Yes.
Okay, this was laying down before. So we have Sayers. Sayers has had clothes for quite a while now. I've done a lot of shopping in there. Myself, plaid. You could never go wrong with plaid. It's been in style for a long time. It's traditional. It's classic. And then the wraps. I would guess that probably all the boutiques that are represented here have the wraps as well. They're good gifts to give to other people. You can wear them a lot of different ways. So this is from Sayers.
Correct. All right, and then we're going to move on. As Lisa said, we have some of these out front here. We had both Twigs and Hasselmans were kind enough to bring in some decorations for us to put on the tables. We also have Twigs here, this beautiful arrangement, and then they have this cute little fairy garden. So those of you who may have family members that are outside of Independence, think about sending them something. Send them some flowers, send them something. Twigs and Hasselmans can help you out with that. All right. Want to move on to Miss Calcor there.
Okay, all righty. Again, plaid, and of course when it's red like this, it's super fun for the holidays. You could dress this up and wear it to a holiday party, with some black slacks or whatever, or you could dress it way down and wear it with denim and some boots. So this is super cute. This here, I wanted to show this because I'm guessing that every boutique in town carries these, because they're just fun. The Sherpa is it's trending right now. We can't keep them in stock, and you guys probably can't either. So, if you're wanting one, you should be getting to the boutiques right now because we're all selling out of them. So the Sherpa is really, really, it's so soft and so comfortable. And like I said, another great gift for somebody.
And I'm going to tell you a story. The family's name will be not mentioned here. They informed me that they had gone to Lawrence a couple of weeks ago, had found a Sherpa jacket they were going to buy for some of their adult children, and it was $140. They decided, well, we can get it cheaper online. Shame, but they ordered it online. They spent $104 for this. Came in, I don't know what we ordered, but it was about this big. My granddaughter might have got to fit it, not my daughter. So they sent it back. Lo and behold, they go down to Libby's, For $40, they found what they were looking for. So there's tons of misconceptions out there. So shop local. All right. I'm going to talk, segue. We also have some incredible antique stores here in town. You have Flea's Antiques, you have Hager's, you have Carla Simple Gifts and Yesteryears. I don't know if you guys know Carla Klubine. She is amazing. She is incredibly talented. All of this, I got to move the pie. Let me pull this up. All of this is freehand painted. So she is an incredible artist, and she takes old and puts fun things on it. So please, go visit Carla Simple Gifts. Yesteryears, they have all sorts of fun antiques there. Carla also makes some things. I said Hager's. This is native stone, birdhouse, that's being made by a local artist and being sold through Hager's. This, too, is a local artist with real hair that's being made here and sold at Hager's. Okay.
What about the pie?
I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but highest meringue you will see. And I want to say, you guys supported her. Liz put out that they would do a Thanksgiving dinner. She herself made 48 pies. So that tells you how good they are. I'm not going to say, but if you need something for Christmas, you might call Liz. But don't tell her I sent, because if it's 100, I might be in trouble. All right. Oh, I do want to touch on, go ahead and do Cantrell's.
Okay. Gosh, what a blessing it is to have Cantrell's on downtown Independence. They have some really super, super cute jewelry. If you haven't been in there, you should check it out. Actually, my birthday was last week, and my employees bought me an Alex and Ani bracelet from them, so I was super, super excited about that. They have some other ones up here. They carry some really, really nice, high fashion jewelry, and they also carry Kendra Scott. I love Kendra Scott anything, right? But now she's also have come out with fingernail polish. So, yes, we are very, very blessed to have Cantrell's. Of course, for Christmas, ladies love getting jewelry. So you definitely should go down there and take a peek at what Cantrell's has.
All right. One of our other little local artists, and there's a story here. Those of you who know Amy Schrum, she lost her grandmother, who was very, very close to her. And her grandmother's name was Ruby. And so she has Sweet Ruby Designs. And she takes old spoons, knives, forks, and she turns them into necklaces and keychains. The beauty of what she can do is she can put anything on it that you want. This one is Vintage Queen. She has, all sorts of different things. And she has some new designs that she showed me yesterday. So if you have some, an Anna, a Mimi, or just somebody special that you want something done, go visit Amy. She can make it happen. All right, let's move on down. Would you like to do Magnolias?
Oh, yes, of course. I would love to do Magnolia. What a cute shop that is, too. I'm sure that they've been around for quite a while now, so I'm sure that you guys have shopped there. It's a very, very favorite place of mine. April said something earlier, and this is so true. Shopping local is a mindset. It really is. I mean, I can tell you I've been guilty of not doing that. But when you're a retailer, boy, does it change your aspect of the whole thing. But, instead of going to Bath & Body Works, which, I love it. You love it too. But, why don't we just go down to Magnolia and shop there as well? So they have, let's see.
Yes.
Yes, this is Magnolia. The lanterns are just, they're so popular right now, so cute to decorate for every season, not just for Christmas. I have several of these in my house that I just change them out with the seasons. Of course, their scents is what they're known for, their candles and things like that. And so those are up here too. So I would encourage you to come up here and look at some of the things that Magnolia has up here before you leave.
And one of the things that Magnolia does that we're seeing with our retailers do, and they are partnering together with some of our smaller artists. Magnolias has a whole art section in there that you can go and see, like the piece of pottery here. I think that's a Janelle Knoll. I know Heather Maidosh also has some pottery that's in there. So they partner. One of the other things that they also partnered with was Apricot Lane. Apricot Lane has a signature scent that you can only get at Apricot Lane. And it is a candle, and I think you guys have some body soaps and bath bombs and all. And if those of you who haven't experienced a bath bomb, oh my gosh.
It's the bomb.
Please, husbands, boyfriends, significant other, go buy them a bath bomb. I won't say who, but I do know a male who enjoys bath bombs as well. So, says comes out with his skin all nice and soft. So, of course, I'm going to talk about one that's dear to my heart. Lori Schaubel and I, about 3 years ago, just were spending some time together. We both like to make things, and so we chose to do it together. And we decided, oh, well, you know, we've given them away as gifts, and people are like, oh, we like it. So we had a porch sale. Sold out. So in that, we kind of started making some other things. And I go back to that partnership. We visited with Terry Trout and Tom Schwartz down at Annie Mae's Gifts and Goodies, and they were like, we'd love to sell your products. Would you like to bring it in? Well, I have a day job, and Lori has plenty to run. So we couldn't afford to do a store, but we partnered with them. And so with that, we have what's called Little House Lane. We make things. We repurpose old. As my husband says, I can't go past a piece of wood that I don't want to pick up, be it a scrap, whatever. I've taken over the garage. But with that, we have some fun things, like we make these lanterns. We can make a sign, any shape, size that you want, small to large. We also are currently, we can take anything and put vinyl on it to say whatever you want it to say. We've had several people who have called and they've had, you know, grandmother sayings or old family sayings, and we've made a sign that they could share with their children. I will tell you, if you have an interest, get a hold of us soon, because we're going to have to cut off taking orders just because it takes a while. But I encourage you to, he warned me of that. I encourage you to go down. We have fun things that we can personalize. My grandson won't be seeing this, but this is what he's going to be getting for. It's a laundry eater. And we can take those and personalize, and they're on sale at the store. So I'm just going to lay him back down there. But anyway, if you have something that you want, you know, please let us know. We would love to make, we really enjoy when we're peeling off the vinyl, painting and seeing things. It's really fun to see it come alive. So please give Little House Lane a call, or go down to Annie Mae's Gifts and Goodies and get our number. Many of you in here have my cell number. Give me a call. We're taking orders. All right. Let's move right along.
I'd just like to say a couple. Can you hear me still? I'd like to say a couple things about Little House Lane. First of all, I want to be on that list before anybody else, have a sign made before anybody else catches it today. I have some signs in my house right now that they have done, and I tell you, I'm kind of a picky person, and you know, I really like good, nice work, and they do fabulous signs. So anyway, I just wanted to give them a shout out.
Thank you, Libby.
Well, so, yes.
Thank you. She has been one of our preferred customers.
Well, she painted my bathroom vanity for me. It's just super cute. So.
We do. We take, and that's one of the other things, and that's a good point. We take old furniture and make it new, so we can do that as well. All right, I'm going to let you move along to bring back Miss Apricot Lane.
Okay, do you girls want to stand up again, since y'all are... Stevie, stand up here. She's kind of the one that showboats it. What is that saying you guys have it?
Oh, buy now or cry later.
Exactly, buy now or cry later. Kind of like that with the Sherpas. So
I will say we're seeing the same trends in Apricot Lane. We're seeing the flannel, the plaid is very hot. The Sherpa, same thing. We can't hardly keep it in stock. They're gone as soon as we get them in. So I think all those boutiques, even we had Shop Small Saturday. I really want to tell our customers, if you can't find it here, we have wonderful places to go. And actually, Libby messaged me this morning trying to help out one of her customers look for something that she didn't have. And I just love our small town community because we all work together. We're all we're all pushing for the greater good. You know, what's good for Libby is good for us. What's good for CalCore. So I think we share similar trends. We know what people are looking for, but still very different. I can walk into your store and not see a single thing I've seen before, and I'm sure, you know, same for you.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that's my spill.
You know, competition is good. Competition makes you bring your A game every day. So that's a good thing, you know. And like if we want to bring people from Iola to Independence to shop, the more places that we have to shop, the better it's going to be. So, you know, I would love for Independence to be a destination place for people, you know, to come. So, yeah, I'm excited about all this.
And I do think we are pulling them in. In last time that the chamber had their sip and shop, I didn't get down there till late. But when I got down to a couple of the stores and visiting with people, as I said, I like to talk. I always visit. It amazed me how many people were from out of town. And I actually had a meeting set up that day, and a lady from Fredonia called me. We were set up for that morning. She said, could we meet in the afternoon? Well, yeah, that's no problem. Well, when she came to meet, why she wanted to switch it? It's because she wanted to stay in town and go to the sip and shop. So, anyway, all right. I would like to talk about two stores in town that, and I think, Libby, you do this as well, but we have stores in town that are giving to causes. And we have one with CalCore who has, and these are so cute. What a fun name. Love Your Melon. Okay. And this, and Lisa, help me out to make sure I say this correctly, but they are giving to the Cancer Pediatric Foundation.
When I purchase those, the purchase price that I buy them for, 50% of that money goes to pediatric cancer. And then CalCore is also partnered with the Blake Birdie Cancer Foundation. And so we're taking a portion of then that, and we're giving it to her friend.
Okay, what Lisa said was that when she purchases it from the Love Your Melon company, that 50% of what she purchases it for goes straight to Pediatric Cancer Foundation. And then what CalCore is doing, we have our Blake Birdie Children's Cancer Foundation here in town, and CalCore is giving proceeds to that. So you're helping all sorts of kiddos when you go purchase these items. And, okay, I'm thinking, some of my family members I hope won't watch this, but I can tell you this is coming. I've got several of these at home. One of the other stores that's kind of off of the beaten path that you may not know about is Unique Gifts. She also has a story, exactly. And she does, and I'll talk about her in children's clothing here in a little bit, but her story there is they started Unique Gifts, and her sister's friend's little girl had leukemia. And for 3 years, she fought the disease and won to date. But in there, when they were talking to her and she was going through her treatments, you know, what do you want? I just want a new outfit. So they kind of started this deal where they would give her a new outfit. Well, today, there's a young girl in town that they give her a new outfit a month that's been battling cancer as well. So 10% of her proceeds, of her sales in her store, go to the National Leukemia Foundation. So again, there's another organization, another small store here in town that if you go shop there, you're also making an impact elsewhere on our sweet kiddos around the nation and here local. Okay, you want to? Bulldog?
Where is that store?
It is over on East Main, kind of on the north side on East Main. So go visit. Unique Gifts. She is off the beaten path, so go visit her. All right, you want to do Bulldog Station?
I do. I really, really like the T-shirts that Bulldog. I like graphic tees, as you guys can tell. Our store, we always have tons of them. But they do such a nice job. I saw some girls coming in. I think your mom, maybe it was one of them, had.
Yep, she did.
It was orange and had a pumpkin, I think, on it at fall. But very, very nicely made T-shirts. Aren't those so cute? Yeah. Yes. This is kind of what I got hung up on earlier, looking at. But, our state. Yes. A leopard, of course. Leopard anything, right? Yes. This is it.
Side door gifts.
Side door gifts, which is right next to them. They also are carrying gifts as well. They have, this is really cute. It says exercise. I thought you said extra fries. And queen of damn near everything. So, anyway.
So see, I'm seeing all of you making your mental lists for what you're going to shop and buy. All right, I want to talk about something else that CalCorp does have at the moment. We're going to get into our children, okay? They have the cutest children's clothes. And as a new Mimi of a 2-month-old, I've shopped. But look at this. They're so darn cute. I don't have a girl yet. I told them they need to maybe try again. I have 2 little boys. So, but, I mean, are these not up to no good? That fits both of my grandsons. Yeah, you want to grab that?
I'm just like obsessed with these things. I've seen lately the cute little bags. There's another one, I think, somewhere down there. But how fun is this? I mean, you could stuff it and give it, with toys for your grandkids. Or, I mean, pretty much, I'd probably just decorate my house with it. But is that not fun? Good job. That's so cute.
I think my little guy, Reese, he is Mr. Awesome. I think this would work for him. So, and then we also have unique gifts here. Once again, like I told you the story, they have some really nice clothing for children. Finding for children is hard. The other place that we have that has children's clothes, and I just went there the other day and bought some stuff for my little guys, is Heaven's Angels. Okay, don't forget about them. They have clothes that go all the way the gamut. And I can tell you, one of the items I picked up to buy for my little guy had the original sale tag on it. So it's good quality, used, gently used clothing. So don't forget about Heaven's Angels when you're looking at getting for your little ones. You want to talk about the Melissa and Doug and Annie Mae's?
I tell you, I can tell you all about Melissa and Doug because when I'm at the boutique, they're right across the hall from me. So if we're not busy, I'm usually over there checking them out. If you've never looked at the Melissa and Doug toys, they're well made. They have just such a variety of different toys for kids. I'll tell you, if you're looking for a birthday gift, that's exactly what I always do, is buy a Melissa and Doug for a birthday gift for a small child or whatever. They have a lot of stickers. Kids love stickers, those big sticker books. They're inexpensive. Is this a lot of big like toys as well, like brooms and all that, just that fun stuff. But and they're all very well made. So yeah, come on down to Annie Mae's Gifts and Goodies and check out. They have a large supply of Melissa and Doug, so plan on staying a while if you want to take a look at all of them. So. Yes. Yeah. They have a lot of fun stuff, yeah.
Oh, as a little girl, I would have loved to have had some real pots and pans to mix my mud and water in. Absolutely.
Well, I'm teaching my son how to cook with that.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. We talked about this last year, but I'm still going to tell you, and they did tell me that it increased after we talked about it last year. But where in town can you go get 1,200 thread count sheets? Messengers.
For $39.99.
Exactly. And I love new sheets. I mean, it's awesome. That's a great place to go. So don't forget Messengers for your furniture, and don't forget Messengers for your sheets. All right, Miss Libby, talk about what's near and dear to you. Here we go.
I'd love to. I tell you, the one thing that at Libby's Boutique that we really, really take a lot of pride in is our prices. I think we have incredible fashion at very, very reasonable prices. I wanted everybody to be able to afford it. So we also want people to be able to come down to the boutique, like if it's on a Friday and say, I have a wedding tomorrow. And the reason I say that is because that happens all the time. I've got a wedding tomorrow. I need to find something to wear. And so we try to keep things that are very simple, that look good on everybody, that you can accessorize in many different ways. This little hunter green dress, great for a Christmas party. We have it in red, burgundy, and black. Just got it in. $32. I mean, that's a really, really good price for it. And like I said, I dressed it up with a little fur vest, which we have in like 4 or 5 different colors as well. The jewelry that we carry predominantly in the store is from Good Works Make a Difference. And they do make a difference. They give 25% of their profits. That's incredible. Back to disadvantaged women and just a lot of different things that they do. So that's something that you would find in Libby's Boutique. What I have on, of course, is from Libby's Boutique as well. It's brand new. Couldn't wait to wear it. The shoes that I have on right now, probably shouldn't have worn the same shoes that I have up here, but I just wanted to wear them. So super, super cute. Not a really high heel, just a very, and they're so comfortable. Just a moderate height. I know that that's a real concern with women. They don't want a really high heel. I mean, I wore high heels my whole life, so I have to be really careful that I don't buy too taller ones. Graphics, I was telling you a minute ago how I absolutely love graphics. Graphic tees, you'll always come into the boutique. We will have something graphic in there. We just now got our new flannel in. This says "Let It Snow" on the back. We have another one that's red has a tree on the back of it with that, or a big truck on the back with a big Christmas tree. We actually I have a local guy in Yoda that does these for me. So anyway, we have those. These have been we sold out of them. We went to Burlington at the Arts and Crafts Show. And then again, graphics. I know we don't have some K-State fans in here, but this says, "I'd rather be lost in Lawrence than found in Manhattan." Anyway, this is our I know. This is the second time we brought these in. They just blew out the first time, so they're just fun. We do a lot of fun things like this. I did. Or Missouri. Anyway, and we also do a lot of Kansas, which fits all of Kansas, pride things. We have like 4 T-shirts in here right now that have something about our state on them. And I tell you, what I have found is that, well, number one, that women really love them, but they give them as gifts a lot. Like they send them to their mom that's moved away or their daughter that's moved away, that their heart is still in Kansas. We sold so many of those during Neobala for people that had come back. So if you're looking for something that's Kansas related, we have, like I said, I think we have 4 of them right now that have something to do with Kansas, and they're very personalized to our state. This is from Libby's Boutique. Like anything animal print, I'm in. So we have this cute little sweater right here. We carry a lot of denim, a lot of different denim we carry. Very reasonable though. We hardly have any denim that would be over $50. Most all of it is $40 and under. We carry handbags, and then these. Like I just had to come show you these. This is one of our mission projects that we're doing right now. We partner with Love a Child, who works with orphanages in Haiti. I have such a heart for orphans, and I have a grandson that was an orphan, and we're adopting an orphan right now. So that's an interesting deal, let me tell you. But we bought these. We found these at market, and I wasn't really in the business of buying baby things or whatever. But what we originally were going to do is we were going to have people make a donation for these, and then we were going to send the Loveys on to Love a Child, and they were going to take them to the orphanages in Haiti. Whoa, let me tell you, that we had to reverse that. Women want to take it home. They don't want to give the donation. They want to take it home. So what we have done is we have just changed how we're doing it. And when you come in and buy them, then the money that we raise from these, we will send to Love a Child, and then they can do with it what they need to, probably food more than anything. But I don't know. I've never seen a Lovey so big. Look at the long legs. We have 36 different animals. So super, super cute. Here's another one with the camo that's also, but like I said, we have any kind of animal you would want, we have. So there we go. That's Libby's.
Once again, not only do we have retailers that, they think outside the box and they think of others. Commend you and thank you. And I just dropped a few things. All right. I know we're running out of time, so I am going to hurry up because I don't want to slight these other incredible vendors down here because I got some fun things to share. All right. We may be here just 10 more minutes, so bear with me. All right, I'm going to talk about, Libby, I'm going to have you talk about Newton's blender and some of these items. You want to talk about, yes, Newton's, what they brought to us.
Okay. Newton's is, out by Hibbett's and out west of town there. Hardware store is not just hardware anymore. It's for women as well, because they have a lot of really nice things that we women like as well. But they brought their custom metallic blender that they have here, and their, is this a grill, I'm guessing?
It's a Davy Crockett pellet grill.
And then their...
No, that's from Woods. I'm sorry. This is not Libby's fault. This is my fault because I brought things in. So that's from Woods. They have the Yeti collection.
Anything Yeti, like that's so cool.
So, all right. One of the things I'm going to talk to you about real quick is some guys things. All right. That's what we're kind of moving down towards. You guys have been patient. We're going to talk about some guy things. All right. I know this is a great guy stocking stuffer. You're like, April, what is it? It's called Poo-Pourri. I won't go into any other explanation. You got it. All right. We're coming up on, we have the New Year's Eve Gala. That's the fundraiser for the community chest. I've got your next morning answer. These can all be found at Sayers. It's a hangover patch. And they're guaranteed to work. So, what a great stocking stuffer. They also have some soaps, colognes, Bloody Knuckles. My husband uses this. It's great. He works out in the elements and his hands get dry. It really is nice. Okay, children friendly. We have soap. It's called Big. It rhymes with glass, brick of soap. So go visit Sayers. They've got some of your guys' things to put in the stockings. We also have, oh yeah, I got a demo. While I'm getting these on, we also have Woods here that has these incredible Yeti hats. Oh, wrong hand. Yes, we have that. We also have this pizza grill kit, and we have some other items. Yes? All right. These are men's socks. Guys, you're going to want it. Because it says, if you can read this, bring beer. So when they're all kicked up watching those football games, and he wiggles this leg up, that's what he's telling you. Bring beer. Found these at Sayers. All right. All right, Miss Libby, let's move on down. You want to talk, because you have these.
I have a set of the carolers, a set of 4 of those. I tell you what. At Christmas time, it's one of my very, very favorite things to get out. I mean, I know it's seasonal, but I start decorating in November, so I get about 2 months out of mine. The carolers are such a fun, like a centerpiece or whatever. There's enough of them that you could actually just make a whole display out of those, and those are you can find those out at Newton's as well.
And this is also from Newton's. So don't forget, Newton's also has their gift side, as well as all the manly hardware stuff on the other side. So it is definitely a place that both the women and men can go shop and enjoy their couple of hours. I think you could spend a couple of hours in there. I know my husband does, and I do as well. All right, to finish off, guys, this is Woods' new Traeger grill. You may have already bought a Traeger, but you don't have this Traeger. And I'm in trouble because my husband has a Traeger. It's one of the first. It's a little old. Kathy, please have these covered up when Mr. Nutt comes through the door. I might be in trouble. So, again, we have plenty of items for men, for women, for children here in town. Some others that I want to bring to your attention, just to think about. How incredibly blessed, if you haven't gone down, as we talked about eclectics earlier. Lisa, where did we put those? I wanted to hold those up real quick. We have incredible artists, and this is another venture that Main Street and some downtown members put together. We have incredible artists around this community, and so it's difficult to open up a store by yourself. And so they have collectively, and where are they at? 20, 25 artists? I'm going to say that wrong. But they have gained about 20 or 25 artists that have gone together in Eclectics, and you can go get jewelry, paintings, pottery, or these acrylic alcohol and oils. She's got big, small. I mean, what a great coaster. Really cute and extremely reasonable. So, think about that gift giver that may be difficult to buy for. You've got plenty of options. You also have an incredible man, and I know that Mrs. Farthing got an incredible gift from Mr. Hayward's gallery, and I'm jealous because I don't know how many times, Jim, I went in and said, I love this. But he takes things and repurposes them into the most incredible piece of artwork. So please, if you've not visited Hayward's Gallery, go visit. If you haven't visited Eclectics, go visit it. We have the most incredible artisans around this community. So please go support them. Some other things I want you to think about on your gift giving. We have restaurants, we have salons, we have other service providers. Great gift certificates. Please think about that. What great stocking stuffers. I know a couple of guys that love their restaurants. I'll be putting in their stocking. Again, they can't watch TV until after December 25th. But I put restaurants, gift cards in there. They love it. It's a great opportunity for us to support them as well. And to finally close out on, another opportunity is we have so many incredible causes here in this community. And I had at one of my other shop local presentations, one of the ladies came up to me and she said, April, talk about, and it was a great idea, talk about our causes here in Independence. My mom doesn't need a thing. She has everything she needs, but she has all these passions in the community. So if you know somebody that has a passion for AWOL, or has a passion for the cancer support group, or a passion for all of those other incredible, and I'm not going to list them because we'd be here till midnight, organizations here in town that support or give back. Think about giving a donation in honor of to them. I know my mom would love that as a gift. That is a gift that keeps giving. So, with that, I appreciate your indulgence and being patient with us as we stroll along Penn Avenue and Main Street. Remember the challenge. You have a choice. You can make a difference. Remember these people who stood up. They're your friends and your family. Shop local. Support them. Okay? Turn it back to Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to wrap everything up. I want to encourage you all. We're not done yet. We've got a special gift, so hang tight if you can. But I want to encourage you all to, like April and Libby said, to make sure that you're shopping local. And don't forget, I want to reiterate, some of our other, like our national brands again, because not only is this being said here today, but it is going to be on TV and YouTube channels. So I want to make sure that you all remember our downtown retailers, our small businesses, but Goodies, Hibbett Sports, Cato, Derail Commodity, and Sears. And with that, I want to tell you that we are going to be giving you a gift. We gave this gift last year to everyone who participated in First Friday today. You cannot come by the chamber and pick one of these up this afternoon. It will only be given out at the doors when you leave after we do our little shout outs. And this is a 10% off card that you will all get. There are some exclusions and some exceptions that are listed down here, but there are about 23 retailers listed on here, and you can go around and shop. It's a one-time use. You get 10% off of your purchase up to $100, and then again with these exceptions and exclusions listed down here, which are few. But anyway, this is their gift to you. And encouraging you to all shop local. And we want to give you that as your gift. We want to remind you to shop local, eat local, spend local, so that we can enjoy local. And with that, I want to, before we wrap things up, I want to thank our business sponsor again, one place that we're all committed to shopping local for. And also, I know that Ann shook her head yes when we talked about bringing people in from outside. I said this at their ribbon cutting. Our stores cannot be supported just by our local community. We have to push it out on social media, share all of their posts, tell all of our friends and family and neighboring communities, because it's going to take all of the surrounding area coming into Independence to keep everything vibrant and going. And so we want to encourage you to help us on social media, share the word as well. So I want to thank Apricot Lane for being our business sponsor. And then I want to turn the handheld mic on, and we have just a little bit of time, so you talk fast and furious, and we'll have you come up front and do some shout outs. You ready to go? Okay, Gary, you're first.
Oh, Lacey's going to do the talking because I can't.
Oh, this Gary, sorry. I've got... Stay right up here in front of the camera.
I'll make this as short as I can. There are a lot of people that have come to me and said, what are we doing to support our bid for Tyson products? You know, they had already picked Tonganoxie. Tonganoxie rose up and said, we do not want Tyson here. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, wait a minute, we do want Tyson here. They're a great fit. Their annual payroll would be $50 million or something like that. And besides what they would do for all the farmers and everything else. So the newspaper has generously donated a full-page ad in Independence and Coffeyville. It will simply say, Dear Tyson, we do want you in Montgomery County. And then we're going to follow it with a list of names of people that would like to have their name on the ad and say, you know, we're in support of this. So I have a form up here. If you'd like to have your name on the ad, if you think this would be a good thing for the county, please come up and sign up if you haven't already. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm Lacey Bohr with the Independence Area Community Chest. Just wanted to remind everyone about the annual New Year's Eve Gala. There are several of us. Just wave your hand if you're a board member and have tickets. We all have tickets, $35 each will get you in the door. Signal 29 will be there again this year. They were a lot of fun last year. So there will be heavy appetizers, drinks, dancing. Signal 29 will be there. It'll be a great time. So come out and support Independence Area Community Chest. We support over 25 businesses in the Independence area, not just Independence businesses, so our Coffeyville folks, some Wilson County folks. Thank you for all of our sponsors. Do you want me to list them? Okay. We've got flyers. There's some stuff over on the table over there, so if you've got any questions, you can ask one of the board members. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ladella Lyon, and I'm with the Open Arms. I'm the chairperson there, and we have it every Tuesday from 5 o'clock to 6:30, and we took last month and announced it and everything, and our fundraiser was a success. Thanks to each and every one of you, and Lisa, thank you so much. And I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
I just want to shout out and remind everybody about Christmas in the Park this Saturday from 4 to 7 at the Shelter House. We have it all decorated really pretty, and bring your kids. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus is going to be there. Rudolph and John Gray and Megan Moore are going to provide the entertainment, the singing. So it should be a fun evening, and come out to the Shelter House this Saturday. Thanks.
Thank you. You can just sit down there. All right, well, rest up, Independence. There's a lot going on, and a lot of shopping that needs to be done. So thank you for coming to First Friday, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.